Hello guys, we are back with our next lecture. In this lecture, let us go through Perl database access. So basically in our previous lecture, we just gone through some basic PHP connection with database, right? So similarly in this lecture, we'll be going through Perl and in the next lecture, we'll be going through Java database connectivity, okay? Okay, guys, I am also not having that much clarity on Perl database connectivity because I never did coding in Perl or anything. So if you are searching for a specific clear idea or if you are searching for advanced ideas to connect it and test it, so that this could not be a right video for you because I'll be just giving you some introduction, guys. That's it. Okay, so let us continue. So basically before going to Perl, so what is a Perl, guys? Perl is nothing but a backend programming languages which can be used on the server side to write the code, and which can be a language or a scripting language which can be used to collect data from the website and to store in the database, guys. It is similar to PHP, you can say, and similar to Java, the core Java or the backend Java, you can say. Okay, so before going to start with databases access, first let us go through some terms, guys. So the first three terms are really important, guys. That is nothing but DSN, that is nothing but database source name. DBH, that is nothing but database handle object, and STH, that is nothing but statement handle object. Okay, so please go through the rest of the terms also, guys. I'm just skipping for now, you can just go through them. And here there is a detailed theory that how the connections are going on, guys. This theory has been collected directly from tutorials point. You can check from there, or you can visit our website to get the PDF, or you can download it from there. Okay, so initially whenever you are trying to connect to any kind of database, there are basically 5 steps in a common, like maximum steps will be 5, guys, and that belongs to Java. In Java JDBC, we'll be using the 5 steps. Okay, whereas here in PHP and in Perl, we are having 3 steps, guys. You can say 3 or 4. So basically few might be saying that that is also considered as a step like 4 steps, and few will be saying that there are only 3 steps. We'll be discussing about the 3 steps, don't worry. Okay, so the first step in JDBC is nothing but you need to initialize the driver also there. Okay, so here there is no need of any driver because this Perl, PHP and these languages are designed basically for backend only. Hence these things will already inbuilt will be having the drivers and everything. Okay, like you can use them directly without any initialization and everything. Okay, so basically here you will be directly using, the first step will be connection, guys. You will be establishing the connection. Okay, so once connection is done, you will be writing your SQL statements, like you will be storing them. So this is the step that I told you. Most of the people will be saying that will not be considered as a step. So after that, the third step will be nothing but you will be executing the statement which you wrote, and the last step will be nothing but closing the connection. So basically the first step is starting the connection, last step is closing the connection, and the second step is nothing but you will be writing the statement. So let us also don't consider the second step, guys. Only 3 steps are there, and once you wrote the statements, you will be executing them. Okay, so for connecting to the database, you need these terms, guys. Okay, so you need to know the database name and a DSN. I hope everyone now remembers what is DSN, database source name, right? Okay, so you need to know the database source name because in PHP and also in Java you will be using URL, like the link. You can say that we will be calling it as a link, but it is also the address. That's it. Okay, so you'll be knowing the username of the particular database that you are trying to log in and password. Okay, so once you got them, you'll be trying to connect using DBI. DBI is nothing but database independent interface. Okay, and you'll be storing that result in DBH. DBH is nothing but a database handler object. Okay, so this is nothing but connection. So assume that you want to do some particular operation on the data. Okay, so assume that you want to insert something. So I hope everyone knows the syntax of insert, right? So that comes under SQL and everything, guys. I hope you should have some basic idea about SQL. So the thing that I am saying is that you should know about insert, how to insert elements into a table, how to delete them or truncate them, how to update them, okay, and how to create a table. So these are the 4 basic operations which you should know. If you know that, you can try and you can learn slowly. You will be learning everything. Okay, so here we are trying to insert the data. Okay, so insert into table name the values that you are trying to enter. That's my first name, last name, sex, age and income. So you wrote John Paul, male, 30 and 13,000 is his income. Okay, so you wrote in this way. So and now you are pushing that into the statement. So here also you will be initializing the statement, guys, and now you are trying to execute it. Okay, so basically this is nothing but an arrow. You can say that this is, you can call it as this pointer, guys. Basically in some languages directly you will be writing like this, right? Statement dot execute. So instead of a dot you will be using arrow in Perl, guys. Okay, so I forgot to say that here you will be initializing the statement also. I forgot to say that, guys. So basically I told you, right? So you'll be trying to write the SQL code. So that is nothing but the initialization of statement that will be considered as a step, guys. I think I forgot to say that. Okay, so here you will be initializing the statement. Okay, so then you will be executing it. So once it is finished, you will be committing it. So commit is nothing but you will be finalizing the finalizing the saved things, like you will be saving it, save as, and you will be saving it permanently. Okay, and you can roll back if you need. Okay, finish is nothing but to close the connection. Okay, so once you're done with it, okay, so you can use multiple types, guys. You can even read the data. Read is nothing but select star from. I hope everyone knows. So basically select will be used for selecting a particular rows or columns, guys, not rows, to select a particular rows. Okay, okay, so based on the first name or based on the last name or any kind of order you can get the names. Okay, it's not column, it's row only, guys. Okay, so select star. If a star you are giving, you will be getting all the details of that particular guy. Okay, so here you are trying to get only name, last name from the table. So this is the table name whose age is greater than 20. So you are writing a particular condition here. So based on that condition, whoever's details are passing, those details will be your output. Simple. Whoever age is greater than 20. That's the simple logic. Okay, similarly now let us go through some basics of update. Okay, so here you are trying to update test table, set age equal to age plus 1. So you are directly incrementing the age by 1. Okay, where he is a boy. Okay, where sex is equals to male. Okay, then you will be checking that. So whenever it is executed perfectly, you can directly print it like executed, like you need to know, right, whether it's executed or not, so you can check it. After that, every time you need to commit it, guys. Okay, so I hope everyone got some basic idea, right? Okay, let us go through delete also. So delete, it will be using directly delete from a table name where age equal to question mark. Okay, so you can write anything. So here we gave age equal to 30, right? So whoever age is 30, it will be deleted in that way. Okay, so similarly what else are there, guys? Okay, so I told you, right? So you can roll back. So assume that you did some kind of misconception and you want to roll back to a particular moment. So you can roll back with this, guys. So rollback is a command which can be used to go back, like just in while when you are typing in Microsoft Word or any kind of editing software, you will be pressing Control Z, right? So Control Z is nothing but undo. So similar to undo is nothing but rollback. Okay, so remember that once you committed it, you cannot roll back, guys. That's the main thing that you should remember. Until you save it, you can roll back, but once you committed it, you cannot roll back. Okay, okay, so this is just an introduction, guys. For some more examples, you can refer this PDF or you can check on the website tutorials point also, it's available. I think this is directly collected from there. Okay, so I hope everyone got some basic idea about this, right? So in the next lecture we'll be going through JDBC, guys. Okay, so in JDBC we'll be discussing in detail. Don't worry about that because I'm having some experience. I did do some projects on it, so I am having some experience, so we can discuss about that in detail. Okay, so let us meet in the next lecture. Thank you. Thanks for watching.